Hi, it's Dr. Ericka here. I'm excited to be with you because today is Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka Day. You know what we do on Tuesdays and how to find me. So I'm so excited to have you today because we are going to be talking about some good stuff. So before we get started, let's do a little bit. I'm going to cozy in and I want you to lean in. I want you to stay here for the whole time. You're going to listen in and listen to this whole show. We aren't going to be here long, but it's going to be some high value stuff going on in here. So the first thing is, let me know where you're watching from. Just drop it in the chat. The next thing, couple of housekeeping tips is the first thing is if you know someone that could need this or could use this, share. Sharing is caring. The next thing is if you know someone that could need this, you could also tag. So we can share, we can tag. Third thing is if you're watching it later, don't even worry about it. Just put hashtag replay in the comments. Replay. Cool? We down? Okay, we made this all happen. So I am your host, Harvard-trained Dr. Lord. This is when you know I had a long day. I'm tongue-tied. Can we go? We'll go back. Hi, I'm Dr. Ericka. I am your Harvard-trained, double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am irrationally passionate about helping people be better, do better, and live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry practice, my books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, my podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka, and my speaking. I do all this to help busy people like you that show up for work, you show up for your friends, you show up for your family, you show up for everybody but yourself. I do this to help put you back in your life. Yes. So what we are talking about today, and somebody's coming in from the ATL, is that today we are talking about 5 ways to have a great day. Oh, Lord, apparently my typing skills. Do any of you type without looking? And then apparently I think my fingers were obviously in the wrong spot. So let's do a do-over. Let's fix this. 5 ways to have a great day even after a rocky start. Because how many out there, have you ever had those days where you woke up in the morning, you overslept and just felt out of sync? Or you get up in the morning, you hop out of bed, and before you even make it past the bottom of your bed, you have either stubbed your toe or knocked your shin. I know I'm not the only one that's knocked your shin against the bed frame. Or you get going and just you get a phone call, or you look up and you have a million things in your inbox first thing in the morning, or a million phone calls, and you just feel out of sync. And it's like, this day sucks. And have you had those times where the morning started off janky and then it felt like the whole day sucked? Well, this one is for you. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about, let's be real, every day does not start out freaking phenomenal. And I want to give you some tools for those times where things just start off a little bit rocky for you to still have a great day. Because you know what? When we kind of just say, oh, the morning was trash and the day is trash. Well, number one, then you gave up on the day. The second is let's be real. That gives your power away. I want to give you your power back because you have the power to determine what kind of day you're going to have. And as I've talked about, there are so many things that happen, and a lot of people are stressed out. And sometimes when you stress out, you don't even sleep as well. So I want to talk about how we can transition. Part of the reason you might be like, well, why is this important other than simply feeling good? The first thing is, the better your mood is, a lot of times you're going to have better cognitive clarity. You're also going to get along with people better. Have you ever paid attention to what happens if you're in a funky mood, or someone you're around is in a funky mood, and then it throws off all the team dynamics, all of the interactions at work? If you have family that you're around or your friends and they're in a funky mood, it just sucks. And then you don't feel like fooling with people. So it can really impact how you're going to interface with the world, how you're going to show up for the world that day, and then also your productivity. So we're going to talk about ways we can get around this, because you know what? You deserve it. So the first reason, or first thing that you can do, is meditate, also known as get your mind right. So we're not going to sit here today. We're not going to talk about all the different types of meditation, but one of the ways meditation can help is you're going to see a trend that some of these are ways to just kind of reset to calm down or start over. Because one of the things that typically happens when you're having a rocky day is you're on edge. So typically there are two emotions people will come to me about when the day starts off funky. It's either feeling sad or irritable and anxious. And what we're doing is when you meditate, you're going to turn that emotional volume down. We're going to reset. Also calm down that fight or flight reaction and put you in a different space. So the great thing about meditation is a great way to just do a reset. It's kind of like gives you a day do-over. The next is affirmations. Part of the reason we talk about affirmations is they are an extremely powerful way to harness positive energy for a couple of things. One thing about affirmations, if you start doing affirmations, those affirmations will be a distractor from whatever had you feeling like your day was janky. So it'll distract away from the irritability, the anxiety, the sadness of how this day is starting, or the disappointment. So affirmations themselves, just the act of saying affirmations becomes a distractor. The second is affirmations. We've talked previously about the law of attraction and also about neuroplasticity in the brain, is that when you start saying those affirmations, your brain is going to rewire and try to wire it and make it true. Well, if it's making these good things you're saying true, then it's going to start reversing the jankiness that you started out with. The next is we're going to increase those endorphins with a dance party. It doesn't even have to be a long one. And I won't lie, sometimes my dance parties happen in the shower, but I can't groove too hard because I'm getting a little older. So slipping and sliding in the shower and falling and being 2 steps away from the lady that's like I've fallen and I can't get up is definitely not bringing sexy back. But just kind of dancing and getting a little move on will help lift your mood. So we're looking at things that are going to just change the emotional state that you're in. The next is to start a morning routine. So the great thing about having morning routines is it becomes really practical and then it becomes ritualized and your body kind of knows what's going on. So your day starting off janky is not how your day always is. So by your mind being reminded and going back into your ritual, and some of these rituals actually have things built in that typically will lift mood. I've talked about the one I do the miracle morning with savers. But the thing about it is that morning ritual just gets you back on track into a groove and into something a little bit more familiar. It gives you additional structure. And oftentimes it will have things that will either distract you or just feel good. Because I know I make a cup of tea in the morning. That cup of tea brings me joy. No matter what mood I'm in, I usually feel good when I have a cup of tea. So your morning ritual can be something that also lifts your mood and switches the energy of the day. The next is to listen to something inspirational. Now, you notice I said inspirational. So for some people, it is going to be the gospel. They're going to sit there and never would have made it. That is cool. The key is it's inspirational to you. You know, for me, one of the things I've mentioned that I listen to sometimes in the morning is the Snoop Dogg from I keep wanting to say record, but they don't do records anymore. From Doggyland, there is a song called the Affirmation Song, and they literally are singing affirmations. And then I start singing the affirmations back with the song, and it just makes me feel good. But finding something that inspires you, and for some people, it may be gospels. For some, it may be classical. For some, it may be something totally different, but something that inspires you and lifts your mood and makes you feel good. The bonus is intentional movement. For a couple of reasons. One is exercise can also be a distractor. You notice there are a ton of distractors. The other thing is exercise can also help complete the stress cycle. So to get rid of that energetic imprint and that kind of energy that you have, working out or doing some intentional movement can help you release that so that you're not holding on to it further. The next is it is good for your body. But the main thing is it helps complete the stress cycle. And shifts your mind, shifts your brain into something else, and just helps to get out that energy. So what we're talking about today is 5 ways to have a great day, even if your day starts off to a rocky start. So we're going to do a recap and then get you out of here. If you missed the top, we're going to just go over what we're doing again. First thing is, if you know someone that needs this message, just tag them. The next thing is, if you know someone that needs this, you can share. Sharing is caring. The last thing, if you're watching it later, put hashtag replay in the comments and let me know that you were here. I just love knowing you're here. It just makes me feel really good. I look forward to this quality time with you every week. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the wrap up. I feel like pretty soon I need to make wrap up music. We have music when I come on. I feel like I need music to go with when it's time to do the review. But we're going to review what we talked about. So we're talking about 5 ways to have a great day even after a rocky start, because we've all had those days that it just didn't start quite right. Either we are in a funky mood because we slept wrong, you stubbed your toe. This has happened to me too, that I'm getting something out of the dishwasher or out of the cabinet and I drop it and there's glass everywhere and it's a mess. Or if you ever dropped your coffee and it goes everywhere. Just all those things, your inbox, you get a call you're not looking for, a random text that gets on your nerves, just something that makes that day start off rocky. And we're talking about these ways that you can shift that energy and put you back in the driver's seat of your day. 5 of those strategies. We have 1 is to meditate. It's good emotional reset. Number 2 is affirmations. They function as a distractor and also harness that positive energy. And it's hard to be thinking and feeling super funky when you are literally your own hype person. The next is having a dance party. It's going to distract you. You're going to have a little bit of fun. You're going to get movement, and it's usually something people enjoy. So we're going to exchange this stressful experience for something that's fun. Number 4, start your morning routine. It's familiar. It's something that you usually do. It's something that a lot of times our morning routines become not only comfortable, but they feel good. So we're adding something else that feels good with structure, and also your body then will remember how your day's supposed to go because it knows how it typically is in the morning. Number 5 is you're going to listen to something inspirational, something that just gets you moving and feeling good. If you notice, it's a little bit different than a dance party because you may be having a dance party to something and it may not necessarily be something inspirational. For some people, drop it like it's how we'll get the dance party going, but it may not be the most inspirational. The last final bonus is intentional movement, because moving can also help complete the stress cycle. It helps you get those emotions out. It can be a reset and a distractor. Cool. You got all that? I know you got all that. So that's what we're talking about today. Thank you so much for tuning in. The first thing is, I always like the quality time, but the next thing is, thank you for showing up for yourself, because you know what? You deserve it. So if you don't know me, I'm your host, Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I am irrationally passionate about helping people be better, do better, and live better. I do that through my adult telepsychiatry, my books, my speaking, and my podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka. Don't forget, season 4 is about to launch. Yes, it's coming. The next thing I'd like to let you know is I do all of this for people like you, people that show up for work. You show up for your friends, you show up for your community, you show up for everybody. I do this because often you do not show up for yourself, and we are here. I am here to put you back in your life. Again, thanks for tuning in. The next thing, take your left hand, put on your right arm, right hand, left arm, squeeze, give yourself a big hug. Again, I'm just so grateful to have this time with you. As I said, check out the podcast. It is coming up. Season 4 is coming. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all the places, and go to betterthepodcast.com. Subscribe so you'll get those last couple of bonuses, and then season 4 is going to drop. And I have some really special stuff for you. The next thing also is, if you are stressed out, overwhelmed, or you know someone that is, this is just educational content. But if you actually want me to be one of your people that hold space for you, and is there for you and your mental well-being, you go to askdrgoodwin.com, askdrgoodwin.com, and you can find out more about my adult telepsychiatry practice. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, you can find me here Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And until next time, have a better day.